Hello and welcome to today's video where we're going to have a quick look at the new cars around Valencia and see how they do. Have a look at the circuit, see if it's any good. As you can see already, I've just gone straight into the Aston Martin just to give it a quick go. And, well, I'm bad. It was a very bad first part, but you know, we were already doing the 136.7. Admittedly, it was a red 136.7. Going back to the garage because it turns out on the new update, for whatever reason, the brakes are like 61% to the front. I don't like that, so I've gone in, done a quick minor setup, you know, changed a bit of the PSI. The biggest thing I've done is got rid of that bloody ridiculously high brake bias. It doesn't work with me. But the Aston, it seems okay around the track, I won't lie. I'm not very good with it but the Aston Martin's very stable. I did quite like it around the track. And yeah, it's overall, I like the Aston. I love Valencia. I think since it's come out, I've probably put 80 laps around it. What, for saying I don't have that much time? That's a lot of laps for me for one single circuit. The only other one I've done more on is Brands Hatch and Nürburgring, but that was me learning the game. But as you can tell, very tentative. I should be in first gear there, not second. And then since the recording, I have, as you heard, done a lot more of this. But I have been away for 6 months, probably longer actually. Pretty sure on my studio app it says last uploaded 200 days ago. That's not very good. But we've actually completed a lap time now with the Aston, and I crossed the line and it's a 1:36 dead. Well, at this point was my fastest lap time by far. I did start off in the 1:41s originally. Well, we come to our first of the new cars, the Ferrari, and yeah, I love the Ferrari in one aspect of it's a stable car. It's basically the new BMW. The only issue is, for me, is the old one. Well, it wasn't stable at all. It was fine, the suspension was absolutely broken, but it had a soul, it had something behind it. This Ferrari, it's very boring. Like, as you can tell here, it's just stable. Admittedly, I say stable and I go why. But it's a very stable car. What's very weird, because I'm not used to the Ferrari, especially the old one, being stable at all. I think the gear ratios are a bit different as well. As you can tell, I'm sliding a lot. I couldn't get used to the gear ratio on this car compared to the Aston. It was probably bad to do it back to back to back when all the new cars have slightly different gear ratios, that's what they're called, not brake ratios. But as you can see on this lap, I'm already 5/10 up from my previous lap. What must have been piss poor. I basically just cut that corner there and slide away, but I don't lose too much time. I'm pretty sure by the time I get into this corner, I'm going to be level with my old lap time with it still being 5/10. This corner I hate. That corner these two corners I hate. Previous one because I never get slowed down in time. This one I normally jump that green curb on the left, on the right, and I go flying. If I was good at the game, I would know to avoid that curb, but I'm not very good at the game. In comparison to people like Jardier, I'm rubbish. But we do cross the line, and it is a 1:35.8. Not bad lap at all. So far, the fastest lap I've ever done. Now, this car, on the other hand, yeah, this is my new Ferrari. Well, the old Ferrari, but the new Ferrari. Because I could not do it, and you're just going to see a highlight of me absolutely messing up. I could not get to grips with this car. It was slidey, it was horrible. Since this recording though, I have done I wanted to learn it. I wanted to learn this car. As you can see, look, straight away sliding off, going off. So I've done a mini setup. Turns out this track absolutely loves stiff suspension. And I've done a 134 in this now. In the Ferrari, I've done a 134.5. But as you can tell from this, I just can't get to grips with it. And this is what I'm at with that curve. I always go far too over. And it's just a rubbish lap. Everything I'm doing is just messing up. I could not get to grips with this. It couldn't get it slowed down into that corner. But I've never seen anyone hit that barrier before till me. And again, trying to brake, couldn't get it braked. I'm locking up, as you can tell from the tyres on my left. I was not good with this car. Eventually, well, I say eventually, only on lap 2. I did 10 laps in this car. I only completed 1. Yeah, and it's a rubbish lap. Like I say, since this I have done a 134 in this, but it was a 138. It did require a setup and did require me being tentative on the brakes. Oh, and the accelerator. Next up though, probably my favourite. It's not the fastest. A Ferrari, I will say, is boring but fast. The Lambo is somewhere in between. I absolutely adore this car. The noise it makes, the handling could, be better, but I love this car. My first lap time over was a 1:37.3, not good at all. Improve it to a 1:36.3. It was a car where I just kept lapping and lapping, and fine, it might not be the fastest lap times, but they were consistent. I was not getting that many invalidated as where I normally get every lap invalidated, because I'm rubbish. With a Lambo, since recording this, I've got a 1:34.8, so still the Ferrari fastest, then it was a Lambo, and in this recording it's the same, and the Porsche was, well, the Porsche was last. Again, I can't get on with the Porsche, but as you can tell here, I love this Lambo. I might not be hitting all the apexes, but since doing setups and finding out that Valencia absolutely loves stiff suspension, as soon as I stiffen up the suspension on all cars, I gained a second. It was insane. I wasn't expecting such a minuscule change to do that much, but as you can tell here, on this lap alone, I'm a second up. Admittedly, I should have done better into that corner. I can brake later there. Again, to my dreaded corner, not using all the whip from this one, but I'm very tentative there. You can tell, I'm like, I've seen the lap time and I'm like, I want this lap time to be sticking. And we're coming into the final corner now. And again, it's weird, this corner. I either brake too late or too early. I can never seem to get it right. But we're going over the lap time, well, over the line with a 1:35, just 1:35.997. So it's only just beat the Aston, to be fair. But that is for today's video. As you can tell, I'm here trying to set up the screenshot for, well, the thumbnail. I'm taking all the screenshots for the thumbnail. But that is for today's video. I am rusty. It has been over 6 months. So go easy on me. But thank you very much. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you next time.